Thank you notes aren't just for gifts on special occasions. You may want to send them to help increase your presence with a potential employer after a job interview, or need to send them in a professional capacity after an event or donation. They can establish connections or reinforce a business relationship that could become career defining. They add a layer of authenticity often missed in today's digital world. They seem simple, but a lot goes into a good thank you note. Here are a few best practices to help you write notes that are well received and considered memorable. First and foremost is the physical card. Make sure the card's aesthetic matches the occasion. A card from the dollar store will not work. Find either a stock option from a retailer such as Target or Amazon with a clean, simple look that gives you plenty of space to write. You can also design your own card that says something like "From the desk of Jane Smith" that notes your name. Second is the act of writing. Notes should be written in pen, preferably black or blue ink, and in legible handwriting. If you think your handwriting is messy, consider practicing the note a few times before finalizing. Don't send a professional note with markouts or misspelled words, or any misspellings for that matter. Draft what you want to write somewhere else, like on your phone or your computer, then transfer it into the card itself. Now let's evaluate what the card should say. Our example is going to follow Riley, who just interviewed with Tyler Schuster about a digital media specialist at Brands and Blazers. Start with the salutation. Simply put, this means the word "Dear so-and-so" should be at the top of the note. In this case, it says "Dear Miss Schuster." A comma should follow. I want to point out that professional notes should include the courtesy Mr. and Miss and the last name, not the person's first name, even if you have a personal relationship with the person. You aren't writing to them on a personal level in this moment. It's easy to write the generic, quote, "Thank you for the opportunity to meet with you about the digital media specialist position." That works, but there are ways to make your note stand out and give you your own brand. Consider remarking on something you learned from the meeting to open the note. For example, "After our recent interview, I have a new appreciation for how your organization utilizes the digital media space." Then note specifically what stood out to you from the discussion. Here we have, "You have worked hard to create a consistent design across all platforms so that Brands and Blazers can be easily identified." Then you can connect how this topic drew you to the position you interviewed for. "This is one of the things that drew me to apply for the job." Finally, thank them for the opportunity to interview for the position and note your appreciation and how you look forward to hearing from them soon. Lastly, sign the note with a complimentary close, such as "Sincerely" or "Best wishes," followed by your signature. When sending a thank you note, this should be done within 2 days as best practice so you don't forget about it. If you know what you're wanting to say, you can start a draft of the note that's adjusted once the meeting is finalized and finished so that you aren't having to brainstorm exactly what to say. You can get the note written, and then you can get it all set and off in the mail immediately. Now let's talk about the envelope. Like the note itself, there is a formal way to address the envelope to ensure it reaches your intended destination. Let's start in the top left-hand corner. This is where your personal address goes. In the instance of a job interview, your personal address here should match the one you've included on your application and resume. First, you will write your last name, then your address. Here we have the street address, followed by the apartment number, and then the town, state, and zip code. Next, let's review writing the address of the person you're sending the note to. We have who the note is going to, and then where it's being sent. Under the person's name for the who, write the mailing address. Sometimes the physical address, where the office is, and the mailing address, where the mail goes to, aren't the same. If you're unsure about this, you can ask, is the mailing address the same as the physical address, to make sure your note is going to the right place. When sending a thank you note to someone at a company, you can address the envelope like you see on the screen. Here you see the company name at the top that it's going to Brands and Blazers, and then this line of attention that notes specifically that you want the letter to go to Tyler Schuster. Lastly, remember to place a stamp in the top right-hand corner to pay for the postage. Thanks for watching. We hope this helps you build, wear, and write your confidence.